Hi, and welcome to the 2021 Economic Depression and Preparation Channel. I'm your host, Tony. Thank you for joining me once again on this weekend edition, May 15th, 2021. It's hard to believe that we're almost halfway through the fifth month of the year, and things are moving along swiftly here in this collapse and this depression that we're in. The good news is that not only are we still here, but we still are making impacts and different things as well. And we're still blessed to have family, friends, and preparations that we can share with one another. Today, I want to talk about two briefly articles here briefly that came out this week and on Friday, and it says that U.S. retail sales were unchanged in April after surging a month earlier. As you know, it was surging due to the stimulus injections, both to personal consumption and the corporate consumption, with stock buybacks, etc. Now, retail sales have fell unexpectedly stalled in April as stimulus checks has faded. The money's been spent. The $1,400 has been gone. And now we're looking for the next boost for this markets here. And the thing about it that's going to make this so bad is that inflation, the Federal Reserve has said that inflation is transitory. However, this is going to be a long lasting inflation leading to hyperinflation before a massive deflation where nobody's going to be able to, not too many people's going to be able to purchase anything because they're going to be already broken from this hyperinflation situation that we're going to be experiencing for the next 2 years to 2023. So when we look at goods and services, consumer spending, like I said, this accounts for 70% of the American economy for services such as healthcare, education, travel, and hotel accommodation. So on one hand, they've been saying that we've been able to save $2 trillion. The media has been touting during the pandemic since things have been closed, etc. Right? But on the other hand, Americans are spending even more money just to keep up with the property taxes, the high inflation on food, gas, utilities, and other services that is only going to increase now that cities and states and counties are reopening supposedly by June 15th next month and into July the 4th holiday. So this is going to exacerbate the problem here because consumer spending accounts for 2/3 of the U.S. economy right now. And if there's no money to consume, there's no money, no more stimulus checks coming for this year because President Biden has already told us that he's focusing on infrastructure, right? And he's also focusing on families, a little bit talking about he's raising the minimum wage and all that kind of talk of that. But here's the problem with that. This person says they own, as you know, a lot of companies are raising minimum wage. Seattle was the first to do that years ago when they said they would raise minimum wage to $15. And now this lady comes on MarketWatch.com. She says he owns a small business, and this is what a $15 minimum wage means to me. Well, we know what it means for you. The media has been touting that they're saying that they're having a hard time finding workers. Because actually people are making more money staying at home with the unemployment assistance and extra $300 a month, a week, or whatever benefits than they are going into work, getting part-time, getting pieced together where they don't even get 40 hours. As you know, these jobs, they give you 30 hours or less. And so they have to get two McDonald's or two part-time gig jobs out here, Uber, Lyft, or, DoorDash or whatever, or online freelancing, two of those jobs to make up just to get one job. And a lot of these cities, let's face it, $15 an hour will not survive in cities like DC, New York, San Francisco, LA, Chicago, Dallas, Houston, you name it, okay? Time they take out taxes, healthcare, if you even get that, you're back down to $7 to $8 an hour actual take-home pay. So how is an economy going to survive when nearly 2/3 of Americans supporting the wage increase? But here's the problem. We're going to a hyperinflation environment. The 10-year Treasury note is at 1.65 and going rising. Okay. The CPI inflation has just risen last month 5%, 4 to 5%, and it is climbing even so this month. So how is $15 mandatory minimum wage going to help anybody? And remember this, the Democrats are saying that this $15 an hour minimum wage is going to take effect over the course of 5 years. So there will be President Biden will be out of office in 2024, 2025 by the time this $15 an hour even comes into effect. Ladies and gentlemen, we're being bamboozled here, straight up, okay? It's not the raising of the wages we need better paying jobs, but the better paying jobs have already left America 20 years ago, 20 to 25 years ago. They've been shipped to Asia, they've been shipped to China, Singapore, Thailand, they've been shipped to India, huh? So these jobs that they're saying are not coming back. So you can raise the minimum wage all you want, but the cost of living is going up so fast that the people who are getting a regular white collar wage are having a hard time outpacing this inflation storm that we have coming. So let alone the minimum wage, folks. Can you imagine that? So the federal minimum wage being raised to $15 an hour is not going to be helping small businesses. As a matter of fact, this is going to be killing small businesses because now they have to pay the workers that they do have double plus benefits and everything else. And they're barely surviving now. If the PPP loans get cut, how can these companies survive without PPP loans and the stimulus and the Fed injecting this money? You tell me. And especially these spaces, these commercial, you have to think, these commercial rented spaces in downtown and all these areas, they cost a lot of money. That's the reason why the mall's demise went down. Okay. That's what's going to happen to these small businesses. And this is going to be the death of small businesses and the rise of more and more big corporations, big government. And this is what the 1% want for America. Continue to prepare, ladies and gentlemen, because food inflation, gas inflation, utilities inflation will continue through the summer, and that's not counting another black swan event. What do you think we will see as a black swan event this summer? Could it be an EMP, an electronic outage next time, a power outage? Or do you think it'll be some kind of foreign conflict, or maybe what's going on over there in Israel and Iran? Or do you think there'll be another black swan event? Maybe Bitcoin crashes to zero or something? Let me know in the comments what you think is going to be the summertime black swan event that's going to lead to us going back into a lockdown because of the health crisis and everything that's going on. Thank you for listening. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you very soon.